Good morning and welcome to another video. So if you've ever thought of using headphones and been put off by standard in-ear headphones and worried about blocking out all sounds, the obvious choice is a pair of bone conducting headphones. Bone conducting headphones, as you probably know, just sit outside the ear and the vibrations are sent to your ears and you hear like that, which means your ears are open, which is great if you're cycling, because using in-ear headphones does block out noise of cars and things like that, whereas when I'm wearing bone conducting headphones, I know I can hear cars coming up behind me. So luckily Nank have sent me a pair of their Runner Diver 2 Pros to review. I have reviewed the previous model a while ago, which I found to be pretty effective. I would recommend them as a general pair of bone conducting headphones, but there's something different about the new Pros, and we'll look at that in a minute. And when you get the Runner Diver 2 Pros, they come nicely packaged in a quality box. Things feel of a premium standard, which is good. And like I said, the previous pair I've had have lasted well. In the case, you get the headphones, you get a user manual, you also get the standard USB-C charging cable, earplugs for when swimming, a strap to change the tension on the headphones, and other earplugs if you wanted to. You can plug your ears when using the Runner Diver 2 Pros to really make sure you cut out any extraneous sound. Charging the Pros is pretty easy. It comes with a magnetic charging lead, USB charging lead, and it magnetically fits onto the headphones, so you can be sure you've got a decent connection. So the clever thing about these headphones is that they are movable, in that the actual earpiece, or the piece that vibrates and sits just outside your ear, is movable backwards and forwards. And that means, or should mean, and we're going to try it out today, and that should mean that you eliminate one of the problems with bone conducting headphones. When you are using bone conducting headphones, because your ear is open, it does mean that if it's very windy or you're descending, maybe on a long descent, the wind noise, I found in the past, can overpower the sound of the speakers or the sound of the headphones. Even if you have them at top volume, you can still find yourself not being able to hear much because of the wind rush. And it's a bit annoying when you're riding and you're listening to something, whatever it is, music or a podcast, and you suddenly miss a chunk of it. So what Nank have done, as I said, is make their ear section movable, so you can move it back over your ear when you're listening in windy conditions, and it becomes a better sound. That's the theory. I'm going to put it into practice in a minute. So these Runner Diver 2 Pros have a control sort of section, control switches, basically one middle center button which is slightly more raised for things like turning on, turning off, answering phone calls, switching tracks, changing from Bluetooth to MP3, and also up and down volume buttons, and they're situated here just by the right ear. One thing that would be nice is a separate button for controls, maybe on this side and somewhere a little bit more easy to access, but on the whole they work well. So I'm coming up to a quite big descent where you can easily reach speeds of 30-35 miles an hour. So I'm going to put some podcast on and see how it sounds as it is with the earpiece just forward. You can, as I said, move it back so it is covering more of your ear. So first time down, we're going to just have it in a normal position and see how much sound is lost using a normal position with a windy environment. So coming up to the descent, not a long one, probably about 20-30 seconds, but enough to test the headphones. At the moment I can just about hear what's being read to me over the headphones. It's getting a bit muffled now, and we're doing 26 miles an hour. So just up to 30 miles an hour, and I really can't make much out at all. One or two words is all that I can sort of hear. 31 miles an hour. Takes a lot longer to get back up this short hill than it does to come down it. Okay, so this time we're going to put the headphones into their more closed position, and it certainly sounds louder at the moment. Will I be able to hear this going down there? Let's have a look. So trying to get up to the same speed at just over 30 miles an hour. The volume on the headphones is exactly the same. So it is an improvement. I can hear, but I wouldn't necessarily say I'd follow a detailed conversation. Listening to music will probably be fine. So in that test, I could safely say there was better sound or less wind noise with the headphones in that second position, backwards over my ears a bit more, and I could hear more of what was being said. As I said, I do think probably if you're trying to listen to an audio book or a podcast, you might miss something. If you're listening to music like that, it's probably fine. And of course I could have turned the volume up, which I didn't. So in any other testing, I'm going to try some music to see if I can still hear that, and try to keep it at that same level. On the whole though, I think these headphones do the job well. If you're looking for a pair of bone conducting headphones and you don't necessarily want to spend a huge amount, these do a good job. I can hear everything in pretty normal conditions. They're very waterproof, weatherproof. I can answer calls, do things like that, and yet I can still hear the sound of traffic, or if someone was calling out to me, I'd still hear that. So I hope you're finding this video useful. If you are, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Still loads of the audience for these videos aren't subscribed. It really helps the channel grow if you can click that button too. So if you're interested in buying a pair of these headphones, you can get a 15% discount with the code ForestVelo, which I'll link down there on the screen, or it'll be in the description. Okay, so just switched over to music, coming up to another descent. Let's see how this goes. And we should get up to about the same speed as last time. So with music that sounded a lot better, and I could hear the tune not perfectly but a lot better than with your ears uncovered. So maybe this 2-position headphone will make a difference to your listening pleasure while you ride, or maybe you just want to look at the scenery like that. So I hope you found this video useful, and if you're interested, don't forget to use that code that I've put on the screen below or in the description. Until next time, bye for now.